What's going on YouTube? Now, whenever we make a Honda video of any sort, there is one comment that we get consistently above any other type of comment, and that is oil dilution. Is it fixed? Does it still have it? Then they'll get into an argument or something like, I have fixed it, they haven't fixed it. We just wanted to clear the air. We wanted to make a video to talk about this problem real clearly. Let you guys know, is it fixed on this latest crop of Hondas like this 2020 CR-V that I'm standing next to right now? So with that stuff said, let's go ahead and dive into it. So to start out with, of course, we have to define, what oil dilution is and what engine we're talking about here. So what the engine we're talking about is the 1.5 liter Earth Dreams Honda turbo engine that appears in the CR-V and the Civic, starting in 2016 for the Civic and 2017 for the CR-V. Now, as far as what exactly oil dilution is, essentially it is just the gasoline mixing with oil. And how that happens in this engine specifically is that since you're talking about a turbocharged engine that is direct injected and under high pressure, sometimes the gasoline can get stuck in the cylinder wall and actually slide down and then eventually end up in the oil pan. Now, most of the time when that happens, this would eventually just evaporate and you wouldn't really see much of a difference. However, under certain circumstances like very cold weather, having a lot of really short trips where the engine doesn't fully warm up, it would end up that you could actually have a noticeable difference as far as like when you check your oil. In the dipstick, it would show up as above full because there was starting to be gasoline added into the oil. Now, I want to be clear straight from the start that some oil dilution is totally normal. That's not just Honda saying that, that's all manufacturers saying that. It's something that is expected and they do plan for when you're talking about those direct injected engines that operate underneath all that high pressure. But as far as what this video is regarding, we are talking about abnormal oil dilution, which was the situation that some CR-V and Civic owners were experiencing a couple years ago with that 2017 and 18 Honda CR-V. So what they were seeing were higher than normal levels on the dipstick. There was sometimes a smell of fuel inside of the cabin, and then in some extreme cases there was some engine hesitancy and stalling. Like I already mentioned, what exacerbated this situation and exacerbates this in general is being in cold climates and when you have short repeated trips where you don't fully heat up the engine.
Now, once Honda started receiving several reports that this was happening, what they ended up doing was issuing a repair for 21 northern US states. If you want to know if your particular state is affected, we will include those down below. Now, we went ahead and talked to a Honda representative, and what they told us was that this repair entailed new software for the engine and transmission control units, an oil change, and in some cases a replacement air conditioning control unit. Now, this has already been applied to all 2019 and 2020 Honda CR-Vs and Civics, so you don't have to worry about it if you have any of those two model year vehicles, the newer ones. You don't have to worry about it at all. And basically what that repair will do, it helps the engine to warm up faster, it increases the combustion, thus decreasing the likelihood for oil dilution. Now, they also told us that they extended the powertrain warranty for all 2017 through 2018 Honda CR-Vs and 2016 through 2018 Civics. So it's not just the 21 states that were in the repair range. It's for all of the models, and that extends it to 6 years and unlimited mileage for the powertrain. And it covers the repairs for the camshaft, rocker arm assemblies, and spark plugs. And it is worth noting that Honda says that these problems are very, very rare, and basically by providing this warranty is just to give its customers a peace of mind.
So has the oil dilution problem been fixed in new Hondas? The answer appears to be yes. Like we already said, the changes and the updates that Honda made to those older CR-Vs and Civics, those have already been applied starting in that 2019 model year for both of the models. Now, you may notice though that there are still some people that do claim that there is oil dilution, But it's very likely that they have the wrong definition of what abnormal oil dilution looks like. Like I already mentioned, this is an engine. It is expected to have some oil dilution. So keep that in mind, that there is supposed to be some oil dilution, and it has been engineered from the very beginning with that in mind, and especially in terms of the normal service interval. Now, of course, if you're the owner of one of these vehicles and you're still concerned that you might be operating in an abnormal range of oil dilution, definitely just take it into the dealership, let them check it out and see if you are within that normal range. And then, of course, if you're concerned about the longevity of your engine and that oil dilution might have an impact on that, there are a couple things that you can do to minimize the effect. One of those things is you can choose to change the oil at a more frequent basis. Just keep in mind, if you're one of those people that live in a cold climate and you make very frequent short trips where the engine doesn't fully warm up, so you may be more susceptible to this issue, so you may want to make more frequent oil changes. And you can also, of course, take your vehicle out on the highway more often for a little bit of longer trip. Get that engine up to the optimum range and vaporize any extra gasoline that may be inside. So with that said, we hope you guys found this video informative. Hopefully you kind of got some clarity on the issue, because it definitely seems to be something that has been troubling people that are interested in Hondas, thinking that there's some type of horrible issue that is going to impact them if they buy a CR-V or a Civic. So hopefully it brought some clarity and some help you guys understand exactly what is going on, so you can make an informed decision.